Really outside all night long, we dance. All night long, we dance. All night long, all night long, all night long, we dance. The vibes are getting me high. The vibes are getting me high. The vibes are, the vibes are getting me high. The vibes are, the vibes are, the vibes are getting me high. I was touched by an angel in the club. I was touched by an angel in the club. I was touched by an angel in the club. I would owe to love ya. You're the brightest light in this club. In your eyes I can see the ocean. I'm trying to become a member in your yacht club. She's so bad, I can't lose my focus. Ain't no other in here I notice. Lotus flower bomb, about to buy you our farm. Looking good by yourself, but we'll be better on my own. You the one that got me thinking I might. You the one that got me thinking I might upgrade your life, make you my wife. As we gaze at the stars, we gon' rhythm another day. As we gaze at the stars, we gon' rhythm another day. As we gaze at the stars, we gon' rhythm another day. We were really outside. We were really outside. We were really outside. All night long we dance. All night long we dance. All night long, all night long, all night long we dance. The vibes are getting me high. 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 I was touched by an angel in the club. I was touched by an angel.
It's looking bad out here. It's looking real bad out here. Trust and believe it's looking fucking bad.
Let me sit you down, tell you a story about me. Give me a second while I was twisting up my tree. GB lanky like a tree, Hawaiian had a lot of OGs. A lot of jewels dropped on me, I knew I was a young king. Was young, lost my moms, I was in the darkest of spots. 40 Glock, anything moving, not realizing I was my only yogi. Granny passed right after, no one was there to pray that he stopped. No love in my words, I still had some in the bottom of my heart. 2 years locked down, pop, show me we all that we got. And no matter how down we are, you still can rise to the top. Making sure they respect you and not just what you got. Just stay grounded and God will never let you stop. Someone take this walk with me, with me, with me, with me, with me. Someone take this walk with me, with me, with me, with me. When you're free, life's a breeze. Sometimes you need to go out and see what you need to see. Someone take this walk with me, with me, with me, with me. Someone take this walk with me, with me, with me. Someone take this walk.
It's looking bad outside, man.
2 years locked down, pop, show me we all that we got. No matter how that we are, you still can rise to the top. Making sure they respect you and not just what you got. Just stay grounded and God will never let you stop. Someone take this walk. Yeah. Works if you work it. Works if you work it. Works if you work it. Khaotic, let's go. Khaotic, let's go. Tune in before the sun's out. We the ones to get up with. So fuck what they all be talking about. Yeah, real news with real results. Every morning we get it out. Mufasa with the politics, 40s canvas, show niggas crashing out. You get out what you put in. On your way to work, we grooving. Real niggas, real prospective. Standing firm on business, you know we ain't moving. Funny vids, clips, and music. Nobody up like us can do this. Like share and subscribe if you enjoying what we doing. We got what you need to start your day. Why not come and fuck with us before you make your coffee blunt and put them badass kids up on the bus? So wake your ass up. We keep it real, we keep it honest. Early mornings exclusive, 'cause we got it. It's Khaotic, it's Khaotic. Works if you work it, works if you work it. Works if you work it, works if you work it. Works if you work it, works if you work it. Works if you work it, works if you work it. These Khaotic, we fucking nutty.
fucking bad out there, yo. It's definitely bad.
Yeah.
31 feels like 20, but it's actually still slushy. The weather is still slushy. Got me some shoveling done. Got more to go. 31 feels like 20. 39 is the day. Yeah, it's looking crazy. Raleigh 31 feels like 23. Where they snow at though? Ain't got nothing, man. Philly, like over here, it's bad over here.
On your way to work, we grooving. Real niggas, real prospectors. Standing firm on business, you know we ain't moving. Funny vids, clips, and music. Nobody up like us can do this. Like sharing.
Yeah, the whole state of Jersey is looking crazy right now. Yep, right out front. Detroit snow showers, 16. 30's the high. Philly. 39 is the high in Philly actually today. I mean, it'll help people shovel better, even though it's gonna feel like 19. They out there getting it. 17 in the Lou. Feels like 2. Chicago. 21 snow showers, feels like 7. Yeah, it's real. Yeah, I'm pretty sure, yeah, Chicago know what it is, man. LA, 54, high 81. It's not too bad, it's not too bad. Well, it is bad. Fuck, they ain't trying to do no 40s, but they get 80s. Up in the 40s and all that, get 80s, man. Philadelphia, I did it. Atlanta, word. Man, they just had like 80s. Yeah, Atlanta, yeah, it's trash. 28 degrees, feels like 15, getting up to 40. Yeah, it's warmer over here. Holla. It's bad, man. It's most definitely bad. Detroit, bad. 27 snow showers, high 30. At least Philly getting up to 39 a day. But it's heavy. I mean, it's heavy where I'm at. Why not come and fuck with us before you make your coffee blunt and put them badass kids up on Houston. The bus, so wake your ass up. We keep it real, we keep it honest. Early morning 44, 65 to high. New Orleans 57, they in the 36. Man, they cold as hell over there. They was just having 80s. They don't even know what to dress for, yo. But they ain't got no big jackets though. Buffalo on the same page, no surprise, high 32, feels like 16. 27 at the moment. Cleveland. I know it's trash over there. We got Augusta, got the family over there. 47 the high, 31 right now. Jacksonville, 39, feels like 31, feels like it's freezing outside. That's what it is. Dade, 54 the high. Baltimore, they dealing with the same thing. At least they got 42. I mean, this would be easier for y'all. A lot of y'all shove y'all shit out, man. That's the best thing I can tell you. That's the best thing I can tell you, man. Get into this news, because things is wilding right now. It's bananas in the streets.
I hope you hear me if you listen to West. I hope you hear me if you listen out there. I hope you hear me if you listen to West. It's crazy how we listen but still don't care. Well, yeah. as you were living life without a care. Finger life a joke and the game wasn't fair. But every day's a roller coaster, we ain't at the fair. You realize there's no tough skin once it's fights to tear. Son, come here, pull up chair and lend me your ear. How to beauty earth and walk around with no fear. And keep fuck niggas far in the family near and dear. When you advancing up the ladder, you meet bosses on different tiers. And when you getting money and fly, you might end up on a ladder. Too good with a bad trooper, smoking the coupe on my wrist, a Central Cartier. Go post up with Poppies and might I just throw a party there. Fred Astaire walking up the stairs, some shit face. She in front of me, I smack her ass as I reach out for her waist. Dear man, it's seg, man, you gotta love the taste. From the balcony, she blows while I'm blowing, man, you gotta love her face like Amazing Grace. I hope you hear me if you listen somewhere.
Bang, bang. We got the Cartel Wars too. This is different. I'm kicking it off with like a fire chief and his daughter got bodied.
A community in shock.
St. Louis,
Father and
Ferguson.
daughter are gunned down inside their own home.
We might have just been a basketball family, but it's a lot of people affected by this.
This is 5 on your side at 10. I'm Mike Bush. Tonight, a woman is behind bars charged in the murders of the former Berkeley fire chief and his teenage daughter. 5 on your side's Melanie Johnson is just back from talking to those grieving the victims and friends of their alleged killer. Melanie.
Yeah, Mike, known to many as a fire chief and to others as coach,
She in
Henry
St.
Williams
Louis
is said to be a
put them boots on. Okay? Them boots.
shining example of a girl dad. His teen daughter, Helena, a star high school basketball player. Sadly, the duo was murdered in their own home, a loss felt on and off the court.
Coach Henry, not just an amazing coach, but an amazing father, amazing person.
Willie Williams remembers Henry Williams as a father figure, guiding him on the court and in the game of life.
It's tough because Coach Henry's retired, and so everything he was doing was volunteer.
Tragedy striking as the retired Berkeley fire chief was shot and killed in his Ferguson home Saturday night. His 15-year-old daughter's life also taken.
That's crazy.
Being a girl dad, man, it's tough.
Helena Elliott, a star basketball player at Pattonville High School.
Every time she shot the ball, we all watched, and it went in every time.
Willie's daughter, JL, and Helena playing on the same
yo.
team since 6th grade.
Every time she went up to the court, we knew that she was going to make it, and we just get out the way.
Just get out the way.
The Pattonville School District sharing the news of the sophomore's unexpected death Sunday. 5 on your side also
That's
hearing
crazy. It's
from
yesterday.
the family of the suspect.
But I know she's no monster. I love her from my heart.
A woman did
And
this?
I'm praying for God to work through her while she's sitting there.
A woman, yo?
61-year-old Linda Hayden was Henry's girlfriend. She's
What?
charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder. Her
At
best friend,
61?
Charles Fouts, can't believe it.
We know that she is not this kind of person that would just kill 2 people.
You know.
Don't make sense to us. It's very shocking. It's very heartbreaking to many of us.
As the investigation continues, those who stood on the sideline
At 61, either she's going senile or damn, that shit, man, she's shooting. Man, she wildin', man.
with Henry say the focus must remain on the light he and his daughter brought to the community.
We might have just been a basketball family, but it's a lot of people affected by this.
Linda remains in jail tonight on a $2 million bond. The Pattonville basketball team plans to honor the life of Helena Elliott during Tuesday night's game. Extra counselors will be on hand tomorrow at the school.
Yeah, I got some more info into that. I definitely, and if I can just bring it up over here, but I definitely want to talk about more about that. Let me bring up another one. I should be able to see that on the screen.
Morning, a former fire chief and a woman are dead after a shooting inside
And
a
a
home
daughter.
in Ferguson. Police were called to the 500 block of North Clay just after 6 last night for a report of a shooting. When officers got there, they found 2 people with what appeared to be gunshot wounds. The police chief has identified one of the victims as Henry Williams, who's a former Berkeley fire chief. The second victim, a woman who is described as a young adult, has not been identified at this point.
Daughter.
Officers and firefighters tried life-saving measures, but sadly, both victims died. Ferguson Police Chief Troy Doyle says that this does not appear to be random, and investigators have been speaking with people as they work to figure out what led up to this.
we do have individuals that we're speaking with right now. But I also wanted to offer my condolences to the families of the victim. Mr. Henry obviously was a member of the public safety family, so heart and condolences obviously go out. So.
Most definitely, and the investigation clearly still early here, but police do say they'll release more information as soon as they get it and it becomes available.
As you may already know, let me get back off that. And we got a few things. I don't know if a lot of y'all should not be late, but if y'all late, that's why you hear more about the cartel wars. It's going down. People ain't getting home. The airports done been taken over, shooting random taxi drivers and everybody in the street. The biggest boss in the world has been bodied. Let's get back to it. Yeah, this is Jalisco. It's on both borders.
Mexico's most feared cartel boss is dead. Nemesio Ruben Oseguera Cervantes, the elusive El Mencho, was killed in a high-stakes military operation in Chapalpa, Jalisco. The man with a $15 million U.S. bounty, the architect of the Jalisco New Generation, Cartel's rise, went down in a firefight with Mexican forces. Within hours, western Mexico erupted. Highways turned into battlegrounds. Vehicles burned. Smoke swallowed skylines. This was not just a raid. It was a seismic strike against one of the world's most powerful drug empires. Retaliation was swift and dramatic. Narco bloqueos spread across Guadalajara and beyond. Trucks and buses torched to choke off key roads. Plumes of black smoke rose over Puerto Vallarta's tourist districts.
Puerto Vallarta.
Through Guadalajara International Airport.
Matter of fact, I got some better stuff. I'm gonna just go to the matter of fact, I'm gonna go to my playlist from yesterday, which we had some actual tourists talking about this. Let me go to my Cartel Wars Fodera. Because the best one, give me a second. No. Yeah, this was yesterday, and this is a good example of what's going on.
And it's about an hour and a half later, and there's still fires popping up in Puerto Vallarta. This one here is closer to the church, more near the romantic zone. You can see all the black smoke, lots of fires in the distance. You can see all the white smoke, or some of them have burnt themselves out. So this cartel action has not stopped. Definitely slowed down, but it has not stopped. There's a new fire in front of Lay here, right near the theater in Lay. You can see it there. So that just started up about 20 minutes ago. And there's another one down over here. Sort of a smaller one. And then now a new one has started past all the buildings over here, and that's in the hotel zone.
Yeah, this is Puerto Vallarta.
All the way to PTL now.
The west coast.
The whole sky is dark, so I'm not seeing as many fires. At one point, I think I counted 12 or 13 of them, and then they sort of burnt out. But now they are coming again. But I'm not hearing what was possibly gunfire, or most likely would have been just the tires exploding on the cars that were caught on fire. But it has not stopped yet, people. Still going on, so stay in your condominiums and be safe until this is all over. Now I'm seeing another fire just starting over here in front of this black one. This is new. So something's starting up there. Just keeps on moving. So this is my understanding what's going on. I'm going to read something I pulled up off the internet. It says, what happened was El Mencho was captured. El Mencho is the alias for Nemesio Oseguera Cervantes, and I'm sure I'm pronouncing that wrong. He's a Mexican drug cartel leader and one of the most wanted fugitives in the world. He is the co-founder and top leader of the Jalisco New Generation Cartel, otherwise known as CJNG, a powerful criminal organized based in Guadalajara in the state of Jalisco. Why he's well known: the CJNG grew extremely fast over the last decade and became one of the most dominant criminal groups in Mexico. U.S. authorities, including Drug Enforcement Administration, the DEA, consider him one of the top international drug traffickers. The U.S. government has offered a multi-million-dollar reward for information leading to his capture. So a little bit of background. Before rising to power, he reportedly worked as a police officer and later became involved with the organized crime group that eventually evolved into the CJNG, the young, I guess what do they call it, the Jalisco New Generation Cartel. He's been linked to large-scale drug trafficking and violent conflicts with rival groups and Mexican security forces. If you're asking about, okay, so I think that covers what this guy is all about.
And we're back, y'all. Thank you for watching today.
Welcome in, everyone. I hope you're doing well wherever you're watching from today. We have some major break. Drug cartel kingpin in the world, the modern day Pablo Escobar, but with way more violence, way more bloodshed, was killed today, February 22nd, in a daring raid. We know that the Mexican military was involved. Some early reports indicate it was a joint operation with the United States military. That likely would mean Delta Force. Yes, you heard that correctly. Delta Force is likely, just with other operations, for taking out this drug cartel scumbag. He was killed in a blaze of gunfire, eliminated from the battlefield. I've told you for some time, Delta Force is quietly working in Mexico. We are now seeing the biggest victory against the drug cartels since Pablo Escobar. El Mencho was a horrific human, and he is responsible for the deaths and poisoning of countless Americans, and he has now been killed. He's as dead as disco. He is gone forever.
He's as dead as
and
disco.
What can only be described as a wildly successful military operation.
Dead as disco.
Unfortunately, his henchmen have taken to the streets. Now, I want to warn you, the footage I'm about to show you is highly troubling and at times very violent. So following his death, the drug cartel members of CJNG flooded the streets to shoot anyone they could find. Mexican police, Mexican military, innocent civilians. We have footage right now. This is from Jalisco. Let's watch. You see opening fire, gunfire unleashed in the street. We got a lot of videos. Stick around. There you go. They're running. Shots fired. Unbelievably brutal combat on the streets right now between the drug cartel and uniformed soldiers. We have never seen anything like this in modern history. Mexico is turning into a modern, all-out war zone following the killing of El Mencho. This is in Guadalajara, Mexico. Reports of gunfire on the streets, people fleeing their vehicles. You can see people running. Shots fired. We've got shots fired. You can see gunmen in the video firing shots right there. Now they're getting in what looks to be a taxi and taking off. So these appear to be gunmen. Here, they have set fire to a bus full of people. Hopefully all the people got off. You can see the bus torched by the drug cartels.
Dang.
Right there.
Right in the middle of the road.
You can see people running and fleeing down the road. Stick with us. We got a lot of more insane footage. This is an arson attack in the Chula Vista neighborhood of Guanajuato. If I'm mispronouncing that, let me know in the comments below. The cartels have attacked this area. It is up in flames.
Yeah, we did some of this info yesterday.
Violence erupting
it's
across
bad.
the country.
Mexico's
here,
shooting up the airport.
We've got people in a mall. Oh, sorry.
That's the airport.
They've attacked the airport. The drug cartel, CJNG, has attacked the airport.
Yes.
People are
Americans
running for their lives.
Must run for their
They're
lives
in
along
the
with
airport.
everybody else.
We have shots fired, people running. You can see smoke. The drug cartels targeting innocent civilians. Absolutely despicable, disgusting. And then here is a video from Tapalapa, Jalisco, that shows men moving through fields armed, right here, engaged in combat. You can hear machine gun fire erupting. Helicopters are in the air. Machine gun bursts right there. We do not know if these are soldiers or if these are cartel members. So there's an armored vehicle pressing up on the drug cartel area.
Crazy.
And then here we have CJNG has set structures on fire in Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. Massive fire, vehicles are burning, the attacks are underway. Unbelievable scenes we are witnessing in real time following the killing of El Mencho. You can hear gunfire. There you go. You can see a bus has been torched.
Yeah,
it is an all-out war zone
right now.
Folks. It is an all-out war zone in Mexico.
Right now.
Here we have a pilot at the Guadalajara International Airport. Reports CJNG is storming the airport, literally on the tarmac.
They're storming the tarmac.
This is out of a movie. This is out of a movie. They're warning people the attacks are underway at the airport. They're trying to kill everyone they can in retaliation. Further footage out of the airport. People fleeing, running for their lives.
The airport is under siege, along with everything else.
Horrifying scene. These are innocent civilians that the cartels are targeting. I've never seen anything like this before. This is unbelievable. This is surreal. The number one drug kingpin is dead, and his people are taking revenge on anyone out in the streets. These people running for their lives, running to safety, trying to get out of the way of the gunfire. And then here, we have black smoke after bombings in Puerto Vallarta. You can see right there, buildings have been bombed by the drug cartels. This is a vacation area. They are literally attacking tourist destinations. If you are an American in Mexico, get to safety. More footage of Puerto Vallarta. Get to safety. They're setting up blockades, hunting for people. Stay indoors. Stay indoors. You are an American, get out if you can. Unbelievable footage. All right, here we have more footage. This is literally coming out breaking as I am bringing this to you. More people in the airport running for their lives. You can see police. Even the police are running away. The police are fleeing. There, we saw that one already. More explosions, bombings are underway. And then right here, you can see cars that have been torched. Folks, I am telling you right now, we are witnessing something unlike anything. Okay, breaking news coming in right now. They have begun bombing military sites. Military sites in Mexico are being bombed as we speak.
Yeah, pretty much.
Unbelievable. So they are bombing military bases in Mexico. All right, I'm going to pull this off the screen.
Shit.
So we have an all-out war. All-out war has broken out in Mexico after a military operation that reports indicate was a joint operation between United States forces and Mexican special forces killed El Mencho, the leader of CJNG, the most violent and powerful drug cartel in the world. We have been hunting El Mencho for decades. If you are watching this, I can report to the American people and people of the world, he has been killed. And that is a great day for those of us who want to protect innocent life. But now violence and terrorism is spreading across Mexico in a fashion we have never seen. We will continue to monitor and follow the situation. I pray for the innocent people caught in the crossfire. We need the military, the Mexican military, and any U.S. Special Forces in the region, special operations in Mexico, to unleash hell on these criminals and crush them wherever we can find them. This is an unreal situation. I will continue to follow it. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Please make sure to like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. I'll see you all when we have more updates.
The country experienced a record number of journalist deaths in 2022. Criminal cartels and corruption.
So I really don't want to play this yet because this is pretty much discussing what led up to us getting to this point right now. As you know, that's my man Lamont Hill or whatever. But yeah, as you know, a reporter was killed in Mexico, been killing people a bunch of damn times, so can't nothing get reported. So what did they decide to do? Mexico and America get together on some operations and just start fucking up shit, interrupting things. But this is about the reporter that got killed, that pretty much sparked U.S. coming together with Mexico and saying, yo, we got to stop the news getting manipulated. But one second, let me get on to this. This is another good one right here.
Are unfolding in the Jalisco state of Mexico right now, and it's pretty wild. So we're going to look at some of the social media videos that are circulating. And
yeah, for some of y'all who don't know, like, that's the west side of Mexico. It'll zoom out a little bit. You'll be able to see it a little bit, but it's the west and it's the east, literally directly east, because it's owned by, it's territorial.
And it's pretty wild. So we're going to look at some of the social media videos that are circulating. So here's what we know so far. The cartel's leader, El Mencho, was reportedly killed in Jalisco during a military operation. Now, some reporting is coming out this is a joint U.S.-Mexican Special Forces operation. However, that is not confirmed yet. His reported elimination triggered the cartel retaliation across the entire Jalisco state. The cartel members are killing people, setting vehicles, buses, and structures on fire in multiple cities, including Puerto Vallarta and in Guadalajara. Armed gunmen have been attacking areas around the Guadalajara International Airport, which has caused, obviously, major panic and disruption. There are road blockages and coordinated criminal activity spread across the region. Air Canada has temporarily suspended flights to and from Puerto Vallarta, and the U.S. Embassy has issued a security alert urging Americans to shelter in place. There's also been a NOTAM, that's a notice to airmen, which is for pilots, restricting flights within a 10 nautical mile radius up to 22,000 feet until the 23rd of February. So there's a lot going on, and again, this is developing, but I'd like to jump into X here and just look at some of the videos and some of the footage we're seeing come out thus far. So first, this is a UH-60 Blackhawk. This is coming off the open source
50 cal
over on
spitting,
X, which has a lot of good content there for those who are interested in this type of stuff. But we'll just watch the first part here. That sound. That is the minigun being utilized. Which is just wild when you think about the environment this is in. Long time ago, while I was waiting to go to pilot training, I was in a helicopter squadron and was fortunate enough to be able to shoot the minigun and the 50 cal. The minigun is impressive. And 3,000 to 6,000 rounds. I assume that's probably a similar model that's being utilized there. Again, you don't want to be on the
3,000 to
receiving end
6,000
of that.
rounds.
Again, serious stuff when they're using that. Now, this is just to give you some perspective of what it apparently looks like in Puerto Vallarta right now. This is the Costco parking lot as this individual drives past it, which, again, I wouldn't want to be out on the street.
They just burning food and everything. Knuckleheaded niggas don't care. Costco, damn, everything on fire. Fuck, what you heard?
That is wild to see. And now I'm just going to kind of go through open source intel, the page here, just so you can see some of the things that are transpiring. So there have been multiple reports of the cartels obviously targeting National Guardsmen, policemen, and this one appears to be a video of a National Guard vehicle that was ambushed by these cartel members. Again, here we are setting fire to banks, which
makes no sense.
Again, no one is stopping, no one's responding. You can clearly see that security forces are overwhelmed here. Yeah, just, I mean, again, imagine in that environment, you know, if that happened anywhere else, obviously police, they're going to be rolling up there, but they clearly are overwhelmed. And this is a wild video here. Just listen to the firefight. Some big guns. Here's the thing, I don't want to be the cameraman in this. I think I probably would have run for cover at this point. There's a lot of lead flying back and forth, and I mean, maybe only 100 meters from at least one of the lines there, so not where I want to be.
They're getting busy in Mexico right now.
Heightened military activity on the highways, that's no surprise.
I can only imagine what you Americans think, but yeah, they probably got to keep that very
I mean, it appears
contained to Mexico.
Banks,
airports.
Everything.
Everything.
All been overrun. I'll try to find the airport video here next.
Airport, nobody's going anywhere.
Obviously, the cartel is going after everyone and
anyone.
Yeah, look at this. This is just, I mean, pure
This is the gas station.
Right, with a cartel member rolling up.
And watch this.
Guns pulled.
They do a bad job.
Set this gas station ablaze. Look at this.
Damn, yo.
How wild is that?
You got it. They telling me to get out the car. Nah, get in the car. Get out the car. Go. Get out. Get in. Get out. Go. Go. Get out. These motherfuckers is trying to set the gas station on fire, and they do a bad job at that. Look at this shit. Look at that. You might need more gas. Dumbass. Man, I don't even think nothing happens. Cause I don't think they're not too smart, yo.
And here's like the opening, what appears to be the attack.
There's fires all around the city today. I'm not sure what the protest is about.
Not a protest.
You can see some over there. Seem to be dying off.
They just busting. Yo, it's just little mini paratroopers running through everywhere.
When you hear gunfire, it's usually not a good time to be hanging outside your window.
At all.
I'm not sure what's
That's a very nice resort. And when we saw it first, the smoke wasn't that bad. They lighting shit up, and this the airport. You good? Está bien?
I mean, that is just a fraction of what we've seen on social media thus far. I cannot imagine being in that environment. Our thoughts and prayers go out with all those who are infected, because this is a terrible,
this is unprecedented
incident, terrible thing to be involved with. And again, I can't imagine anytime police, federal forces, when security forces can't stop the bad guys from doing bad things, especially en masse, that is an incredibly scary time. So again, our thoughts and prayers go out to those who are impacted by this.
Tonight, 4 people are dead after a wave of shootings in Macon Saturday into the overnight hours of Sunday. In the past 24 hours, 9 people in total were reportedly shot across 5 separate incidents. Around 10:30 Saturday night, a 25-year-old man was shot on Florence Avenue. He was taken to the hospital where he later died. Just after midnight, a second shooting on Key Street left 3 people injured, including a 7-year-old boy. About an hour later, a 17-year-old boy was shot along Holt Avenue and was also taken to the hospital. Then just after 3:30 Sunday morning, deputies responded to a shooting on Mosley Avenue. Where they found 3 men dead at the scene. The majority of these incidents happening within a 2-mile radius in West Macon, in neighborhoods off of Pioneer Avenue
Macon,
and
Georgia.
University Drive near Eisenhower Parkway.
Country ass niggas lighting
Today,
shit up,
a
huh?
5th shooting off of Main Street in South Bibb left a 55-year-old woman hospitalized. Investigators say the victim was in her car when shots rang out. She's currently in stable condition.
Macon,
The sheriff's office is investigating each of these cases. Hunter King shares
4
what we
killed,
know
9
so
shot
far
within
tonight.
24 hours. A wave in Macon.
A wave of violence swept through West Macon Saturday night into Sunday. The first shooting happened
Man, from Mexico to Macon. Hey, man, Mexico to Macon.
Florence Avenue. 35-year-old Chavez Adams was shot and later died at the hospital, but that was just the beginning. After midnight, 3 people were shot on Key Street, including a 7-year-old boy. All 3 survived, and an hour and a half later, a 17-year-old was shot on Holt Avenue. He's expected to be okay. At 3:30 in the morning, deputies arrived at Mosley and Cedar Avenues and found 3 men dead. And now the most recent, a shooting near Pionona Avenue and Dewey Street just after 2:30 this afternoon, where a woman was shot in her car.
It breaks my heart because it's the same story. It takes a village to raise our children, and our village is scattered.
New Piney Grove Baptist Church sits just feet away from the triple homicide. This morning, Pastor Scruggs stood before his congregation, including a member who had just lost her nephew in the violence, and said he was tired of telling the same story.
And now we're in 2026, and I'm seeing the same thing. And consequently, it has gotten worse. And I don't know when it's going to stop.
Pastor Emeritus Dave Wilcoxon has been rooted in this neighborhood for more than 30 years. He said the community had worked hard in recent years to push back against the violence, which made last night feel like a gut punch.
Pastor was quite disturbed. He was hurt. He made mention that he did not want to lose another young man to the streets.
We need to be not a gatekeeper, but a gateway. And so we have to open up our doors, and we have to make a difference in the lives of these children.
The Bibb County Sheriff's Office says its violent crime unit is investigating the shootings. No suspects have been named in any of the 5 shootings. Reporting in Macon, Hunter King, 13 WMAZ News.
Now, if you have any information, authorities say to call the Bibb County Sheriff's Office at 478-751-7500. So far, again, no word on arrests being made in any of these cases, but the Bibb County Sheriff's Office is investigating. But tonight, we're also hearing from Mayor Lester Miller as these investigations continue. Miller sending us a statement tonight, writing in part, "Our hearts are breaking and our souls are crying out today alongside too many people. The tragedies and violence of this weekend and past week are enough to make the strongest person mourn and ask why. Today, support the people and the families directly impacted. They need our love and prayers today. We must each do our part to end this violence and continue making our entire community safer."
Memphis police say that 6 known gang members are in jail after a raid at a Whitehaven home. Officers say they seized guns, drugs, and cash. And they say one of the men arrested has also been linked to multiple violent crimes across the city. Fox 13's Mandy Rock joins us live outside of the Memphis police station off of Rains Road.
White as a rock.
That suspect was out on bond for attempted second-degree murder charges when he was arrested.
Yes, Darcy, police actually call him a prolific violent offender, and tonight he's back in jail along with 5 other men police say are gang members. Police say the raid was part of an ongoing investigation, and as officers surrounded the home, some of the suspects tried to escape through the
Good old Memphis.
Memphis.
It's Memphis.
Memphis, I mean,
hey, man.
Expected.
These are some of the guns and drugs Memphis. These are some of the.
Expected.
These are some of the.
Memphis. It's Memphis. I mean.
Look at him.
It's Memphis.
Hey, man. Oh, he got the double monk strap. Man, hold on, he got the double monk strap do-rag. Man, in Memphis, they rocking the double monk strap do-rags, man. Y'all wilding in the South, but hey, guns are blazing, it is. Here's Memphis, man.
It's expected.
Hey.
These are some of the guns and drugs Memphis police say they found inside a Whitehaven home on Bermuda Run. Investigators say they seized 2 rifles, 2 handguns, pills, cash, and nearly 8 pounds of marijuana.
That's all?
Among the men arrested, 25-year-old Quentin Burnside.
It was just getting started.
Police say he was already out on bond for attempted second-degree murder and
it's Memphis, man.
warrants, including 7 counts of reckless endangerment with a deadly weapon. People who live and work in the area told us gang activity and drugs are a continual concern.
It's just an ongoing thing, so you know it ain't surprising.
Officers also say they found a Nissan Murano at the home, which police say had a fraudulent vehicle identification number. Also arrested, Robert Young, Decorian Young, Antonio Benton, Mardarius Lee, and Corday Johnson, all facing drug and firearm charges. Police say Lee also had active federal weapon warrants. While neighbors say they're glad to see arrests, they believe there's more work to be done.
It's more from where they came from, so you
Wow.
got them, but you still got more that you got to get.
You better stop talking. The hell?
Police say the investigation continues tonight, and coming up at 6, we're going to dig deeper into the suspect's criminal history.
More where that came from. You better shut up.
Reporting live tonight. Thank you so much, Mandy. Well,
She got somebody, she got that auntie grandma vibe.
We are following some breaking news there.
We are in Chicago. You got to understand, I got the news, man. We're going to talk about right here how the drug cartel leader named Chicago's public enemy #1. Like, listen to this.
Mayhem in Mexico tonight. A cutthroat drug cartel is fighting back after its leader was shot and killed today during an arrest by Mexican soldiers. The kingpin, called El Mencho, oversaw illicit drug markets here in Chicago, including the sale of deadly fentanyl.
Tonight, violence causing Puerto Vallarta's airport to close and security.
Yo, keep in mind, while this war going on, we dealing with soldiers that's off that meth and that fetty. They going to the last drop, to the last bullet. Remember that. We in different times. We got drones and we got technology, but we got meth heads and fetty wops with them Glocks, guns, rocket launcher. Yeah, they off that meth and that fetty. They going till they can't go.
Alerts for Americans now posted in several Mexican cities, all following the takedown of that cartel boss with ties to Chicago. We have team coverage for you tonight. Our Chris Hush talked to Chicago tourists being forced to shelter in place. But first, let's get to NBC5 investigative reporter Chuck Gowdy to break down what happened. Chuck.
Allison Stephan, El Mencho has been Chicago's public enemy #1 the past decade, according to U.S.
El Mencho has been Chicago's public enemy #1. Remember that. Listen.
Drug Enforcement Administration officials, the most wanted fugitive here and in Mexico as well. DEA officials say Mencho's new generation cartel controls a sizable portion of the Chicago drug market and is responsible for thousands of fentanyl overdose deaths in recent years. There was a $15 million U.S. government bounty on his head. This day was decades in the making. Nemesio Ruben Asegura Cervantes was a career cartel man, the kingpin known as El Mencho, growing up in the drug trade until he owned it. Operating freely in Mexico, his most productive franchise and North American transshipment outpost here in Chicago, according to U.S. drug investigators. Until today, here in Tapalpa, a small town of 20,000, 2 hours southwest of Guadalajara, when El Mencho and 9 of his henchmen were killed in a firefight with Mexican troops.
This was a concerted effort from the U.S., our guys, other agencies, but it was the real push of the Mexican government.
Former DA, Chicago chief.
Chuck, what they could have been doing for the last 15 years had they had the will to. I applaud them. And it's important that they keep this as
America's saying, yeah, we in on this. Trump said this a long time ago.
The legendary leader of the DEA field office in Chicago and oversaw
he was going to do something about this.
Into a drug lord of a previous
Here we go.
El Chapo Guzman. Riley says Sunday's move on El Mencho by the Mexican government was the result of pressure from the U.S.
#1, declaring the cartels terrorist organizations, and then the administration's commitment, and I think to a certain part threats that they would actually get more and more involved. So I think the Mexican government, particularly this president, which I'm happy to say, is taking it right to them and is listening, I think, to the White House. And certainly using our resources the way they should have been used years ago.
This retaliatory
you hear that? Can't wait to open up big guns.
After the El Mencho takedown is proof, according to Riley, that the drug
get a few rats,
have been hit hard.
Drop some dimes.
For all my friends and the people in Chicago, this is a major hit. This will affect, in my opinion, in the short term, not in the long term, but in the short term, the flow of fentanyl and methamphetamine and all the other things he was trafficking to Chicago.
Chicago gonna be worse.
As cartel fire bombings and street violence spread there, these retaliatory attacks are of special concern tonight in Guadalajara, Mexico's second largest city, and a host city for soccer's World Cup this summer. Burning vehicles blocked access to Guadalajara today, and there was panic at the airport. There are World Cup tournament games next month in Guadalajara.
Next month. You hear that?
Have suspended public transportation, canceled schools.
That is not happening.
Through tomorrow. Not good there.
That is not happening.
What do we know about the U.S. government playing a role in this takedown in Mexico?
A big role.
The White House is tonight saying it was mostly intelligence support, but we've been told that intelligence was provided by a U.S. military-led group of numerous American government agencies. And don't forget, President Trump threatened to send in the U.S. military to Mexico to round up cartel bosses. That certainly may have played a role in all this.
Thank you so much, Chuck. Appreciate it.
Chuck, thank you.
Controversy tonight involving
Shit
a
real.
Khaotic scene that unfolded in Bucks County. At least
This is back in Philly.
Students were arrested. It all started
You see
with
that?
students walking out of Quakertown High School. Controversy tonight involving
Outside
a
of Philly.
Khaotic scene that unfolded in Bucks County. At least 5 high school students were arrested. It all started with students walking out of Quakertown High School to protest against ICE, but escalated into a confrontation.
Somebody put somebody in a fucking chokehold.
Elizabeth Worthington is in Quakertown with the full story.
In a moment, you'll see video of some of the chaos unfolding. You'll see a man in a brown sweatshirt. He's been identified by sources as the Quakertown Borough Police Chief. He's not wearing a police uniform. We're told that's not necessarily out of the ordinary for him, but it is adding to the controversy surrounding this incident. Now,
this is bad.
It remains unclear who initiated the violence. Video
Choke the chick.
By a witness inside a Quakertown restaurant shows a man identified by sources as the borough's police chief.
The police chief?
Struggling on the ground, surrounded by students, some of them swinging at him.
Oh, word?
He gets up and puts a girl in a chokehold before he's attacked.
Yo, he put a chick in a chokehold?
Again. The witness
Yo, they hooking off on him.
But asked not to be identified.
There were other grown men who were by.
Wow.
Who were getting involved. Chokehold by students as the borough's
That's
struggling on the ground,
white chicks, all chicks.
Some of them
getting busy with
He
it.
eventually gets up and puts a girl in a chokehold before he's attacked by students and brought to the ground again. The witness spoke to Action News but asked not to be identified.
There were other grown men who were bystanders who were getting involved in the situation as well. They were getting in these children's faces, and one ended up in handcuffs.
Quakertown police say that adult male and at least 5 juveniles were arrested after the incident. It all started with a student-led protest against ICE. A protest the Quakertown High School principal had canceled early Friday morning due to potential safety concerns. The school says about 35 students proceeded to leave school grounds without permission and marched into town. Police say some students began engaging in, quote, disruptive behavior, including kicking cars and damaging property. It's unclear when or why the situation turned into a violent confrontation between police and students.
These grown
white girls.
The police.
Oh, you bugging. Oh, you done. He's done.
For our community.
He's on camera looking crazy.
Who attend Quakertown High School. She was disturbed by the video, now going viral on social media.
He's done. Look at him. Look at him.
Peaceful protests are something that we have the right to do. But when it's violent and it's
them white, let's go.
Vandalism involved, then I think it changes everything.
Again, at least 5 teens were arrested. No word yet on whether any of them are facing.
Ain't nothing gonna happen to them.
The same goes for that adult male who was arrested, and the extent of
hit that like button if I hook off on y'all.
There remains unclear.
All right.
Quakertown, Elizabeth Worthington, Channel 6, Action News.
A man is in custody this morning accused of fatally shooting his wife while they were driving in Montgomery County.
Y'all heard that?
Along the 200 block of.
Husband shot his wife while in the car, man. It's crazy out here, yo. The snow is worse than ever. I mean, man, it's high. It's incredibly. I don't know how that much fell in this quick, but here.
In Rockledge around 10 o'clock last night. According to investigators, the
I'm showing you the next video how bad it is, and it's getting worse.
Identified as her husband, opened fire. He got out of the vehicle and ran. Police arrested him a block away behind a 7-Eleven. We've learned that the victim was.
Damn! That nigga ran out of his Wally moccasins. Now, I mean Wally moccasins, Ugg moccasins or something. But, shot his wife, ran out the whip, ducked off behind a 7-Eleven, got caught. Because you a dumbass.
Ran. Police arrested him a block away behind a 7-Eleven. We've learned
Niggas lost their goddamn mind,
48
man.
years old. The identity of the suspect has not yet been released. The motive for that shooting is still unclear.
City of Philadelphia is also seeing significant impacts from this storm and will for several more hours.
Action News reporter Amanda Pitts joins us live from the Ben Franklin Parkway with a look at conditions.
It's bad, yo.
Now. Amanda.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, hey Walter and Sarah, we're just watching this snow pile up here in the city. It looks like we've already gotten a few inches here along the parkway. You can see when I step into it. What's interesting is the wind is really pushing this snow sideways. And so check out the tree. Only one side.
Yeah, that's what I like about outside.
Has snow on it, which is so interesting.
Only one side of my car's really got it bad, but
at this hour,
you know what?
With plows coming through periodically, the snow
Yo, he getting
down
it.
At such a quick pace that it's hard for them to keep up, and this is why
He got the little John.
Stay home.
You better watch it.
I'm kind of annoyed that this is happening again.
Oh well.
Beef with the groundhog now. Huge beef. Me and Puxatani are not friends.
Puxatani. That groundhog is stupid as hell.
For many Philadelphians,
it just melted like 2 days ago, and now it's deja vu. So I'm not too happy about it.
Sunday afternoon, rain takes over the snow around 3 o'clock, creating whiteout conditions along the Schuylkill River, cloaking the city's skyline in white. As snow piled up on streets in Center City, crews quickly got to work. Clearing roads and shoveling sidewalks and bike lanes, the city has deployed 1,000 personnel and 800 pieces of equipment to tackle the cleanup.
I like a little bit of snow, but last time the city really struggled to clear it in our neighborhood.
In Rittenhouse Square, snow coated the trees as people strolled through with their furry friends.
She came in from California. This is her second day here. And she's a little cold right now, so I think we're gonna go inside.
But it wasn't too cold for this man in
shut your
shorts
ass.
walking to get a pizza. And at the Philadelphia Art Museum,
They got more news. They done took over the airport. Already told you that though.
For an Ironman, I still had to get my run in, so no excuses. Got to come out in the snow, and it's a beautiful night, so great time to enjoy the weather and obviously see some of the views around the city.
Now back out here live, you can see some of these city
They got the
crews
dump
coming
truck.
through the parkway as we speak. About 3 of them, a good fleet, working to clear
Yep.
the roads. Again, the city has hundreds of pieces of equipment out on the roads throughout this storm, working to clean it
Yep.
up. Again, you heard from many folks. They're hoping this storm is a different story than the last one.
Yeah, it will be. We know, because it's going to be 50 degrees in a couple days. It's going to be 40 degrees in a couple days. 2 days.
To work tonight to get some of that.
It's not going to be as bad as we think it's going to be.
City of Philadelphia.
Trust me, it's not going to be as bad. But I got some more.
The U.S. Attorney for the District of Maryland.
We're in Baltimore. I guess everyone's wilding everywhere because we're in Baltimore. Yes, this is only 2 days old. Baltimore arrests more than 200 people. Multiple federal indictments filed in Baltimore. Crime crackdown involving crack, meth, and all that other fun stuff.
And alongside City State's Attorney Ivan Bates have announced hundreds of arrests of violent fugitives and a takedown across greater Baltimore. First on Fox 45's Alexa Asheville spoke with Bates today. She joins us live with how he says the federal and state partnership is helping drive down crime in the city. Alexa.
Yes, that's right. Bates stressed the importance of federal, state, and local collaboration when it comes to driving down crime here in the city.
Operation Baltimore Safeguard.
Baltimore City State's Attorney Ivan Bates on the 11-day takedown back in January.
Fugitive arrest?
Involving federal, state, and local
Fugitive?
239 violent fugitives arrested.
Fugitive?
8 for homicide, 12 for attempted murder, 18 robbery, 108 assault, 26 drug-related offenses, and 13 for weapons-related violations. 6 fugitives were identified as gang associates. Federal prosecutors going after some members for MS-13 gang-affiliated crimes.
Is that right?
According to the U.S. Attorney for the District of
Look at
Maryland.
Baltimore got a fight,
At
huh?
least 4 firearms, 869 grams of narcotics also seized, and in total, 264
Almost a kilo.
outstanding warrants
Almost
cleared.
the kilo.
Federal authorities, they have the
If you didn't know, that's
going
1,000
out.
grams.
They picked up over 200 and
That's the
some
number to remember.
many arrest warrants
All around the world
drugs
today.
and guns off
The kilo is number.
Absolutely, truly remarkable.
That's Ghostface if you don't know the
Stressing
song.
importance of the federal-state collaboration when it comes to driving down crime in Baltimore. Bates working heavily with current Maryland U.S. Attorney Kelly Hayes' predecessor, Eric Barron.
Eric Barron and I had a really good friendship and relationship, and with the U.S. Attorney Hayes, we also have a very good working relationship.
Law enforcement experts have stressed federal charges tend to ensure better consequences, including more predictable and harsher sentences. Bates agrees.
What's beautiful about this takedown, the federal government can take a number of these individuals. These individuals have, some of them, horrific records. They should not necessarily be on the streets. Federal government can give them a significant amount of time. So, for instance, that gun on the state side may only be 5 years without the possibility of parole. That gun could be easily 10 years without any parole on the federal side. And so having a partner, you know, I like to say having that quote unquote big brother is right there that, you know, is letting into everybody know that we are together, we're working side by side, and it doesn't matter whether we have you in the state or the federal. We will have you, we will hold you accountable. But knowing that the federal government is right there with their resources and everything they provide has only allowed us to be able to do more.
So these individuals are facing federal or state charges, and in some cases, both. We're live in Baltimore. Alexa Ashwell, Fox 45 News.
I'm Mary Bubala. Thank you for watching. Here's another video for you to watch. Also take some time to subscribe to our YouTube channel.
It takes so long to give you your next video.
Breaking news out of Mexico. The Mexico Army killing El Mencho, the leader of the country's most powerful cartel. The operation has thrown large parts of the country into chaos, with many impacts here at home.
Including many U.S. citizens being told to shelter in place. That's due to retaliation from the Jalisco New Generation Cartel, otherwise known as
CJNG.
Civilians hunkered down
like,
as cartel
damn, they did a
members
bad
lit
job with
vehicles
that.
on fire and blocked roads in nearly
I want to go to where
Most of it centered in the state of Jalisco, where the cartel is
because I wanted to talk about this. Should have been in reference to the airport. I want to know what's going on at the airport. I thought the next video I had was a reference to the airport, because the airport is destroyed. And you know what? I might get lucky just looking through my little list right here. I just had it, but they may discuss it. But give me a second.
Western end, and within it, the major city.
And if you look at the screen, you see that little right there thing called Guadalajara, east of Puerto Vallarta. Yeah, that's where the World Cup's supposed to be next month. I think not. That's just more niggas to rob. I mean, yeah, they fucked up. That was going to be a big money maker, but Guadalajara is where they're supposed to have the World Cup next month. I doubt it. To the west, Puerto Vallarta, that's where they're just lighting shit up. Tapalapa, lighting shit up. And Veracruz to the east, lighting shit up.
Cities of Guadalajara and the coastal destination of Puerto Vallarta.
This cartel is one of the main suppliers of cocaine into the U.S., earning billions from the
I'ma
production
text
of
that
fentanyl
Texas
and other
treat.
drugs. The White House confirming tonight it provided
Yeah, they holding
intelligence
it down.
support to Mexico to carry out the killing.
They really just
the Mexican government showing the Trump administration it is cooperating,
shooting shit up,
cracking down
fucking
on
shit up,
cartels.
setting things on fire, putting it in your way.
Ground troops, and then also using aerial resources in the form of.
Yeah, I saw this guy yesterday. At least they're not going to show the whole time he talks.
Vallarta and Jalisco's capital of Guadalajara have been turned into ghost towns. School has been canceled tomorrow in several states.
Completely empty, which is really it's not normal here in Guadalajara, in Zapopan. Only fires in the public transportation. There's also private cars.
And now many flights to and from the region have been canceled.
NBC4's Tracy Leong live at LAX after hearing from several people who are there on lockdown. Tracy.
Yeah, Jonathan and Kathy, we're hearing from locals and visitors scared to go outside, unsure when the violence will end.
Tracy Leong.
Travelers will be able to return home.
Fear and
Oh yeah, I got something for the airport now.
Western Mexico after cartel
Airlines
violence
suspended
erupted in the
flights.
streets. Thick black smoke could be seen rising above the resort skyline of Puerto Vallarta.
Puerto
Sunday,
Vallarta.
where cars and buildings were set on fire.
Puerto
Many
Vallarta.
too afraid to leave their homes or hotel rooms.
Not a single person is out. There is a shelter-in-place order. People seem to be following that order. It is eerily quiet.
Former NBC
Eerily.
investigative reporter Joel Grover is visiting Puerto Vallarta.
Like many travelers, he's not
It's
sure
beautiful
when
out there, though.
he'll
I
be
can't
able to
front.
leave.
Well, I'm supposed to come home in a few days, but
You know you're not.
People who are supposed to get out today and tomorrow
Are not.
getting backed up. It's really an unknown.
The violence is linked
Look
to
at that.
the
They just.
new generation cartel.
It look beautiful out there, though. I gotta get out to parts of Mexico, not Cancun. Not that shit all y'all keep talking about.
Many restaurants and
Gotta go to
businesses
Puerto
also
Vallarta.
closing as a precaution.
Nobody can go outside. I am a property manager, and so we had to contact all of our guests in all of the units. We managed 22 units, so we had to contact everybody, make sure they were okay.
Oh, he sounds like a great property manager.
Are also being canceled or delayed.
Better watch
Journalist
yourself out
Benjamin
there.
Zamora flew home to Las Vegas from Guadalajara this morning. He says it was difficult getting to the airport because the road
Is this close to Cancun?
And once he got
I'm
to the
not
airport,
sure.
people were frightened because
I haven't
they
been to
thought there were
Cancun.
armed men inside the terminal.
I went to the men's
No, I don't know.
restroom, and I was very surprised to see a lot of ladies there, like older ladies. They were sheltering there with their kids. So
In the men's bathroom, because
then
they didn't want
other
to.
people started just running.
Guess they didn't want to be in the women's.
There was misinformation. People.
Zamora travels frequently to Jalisco and says this type of violent chaos by the drug cartels is unfortunately common and tends to terrorize communities.
It's common.
Well, even though I've been, I don't
know if it's a good idea for me to go out there, yo.
This for a long time.
They just run
I
shit.
can tell you that I was pretty worried and scared.
Multiple airlines, including Alaska, Delta, and
They gotta be sitting ducks, man.
canceling flights to Puerto Vallarta and Guadalajara.
Make sure you like and subscribe.
They're
This is
also
crazy.
offering a flexible travel policy to allow people to cancel or change their
Yeah, you
flights
sitting
without
ducks.
any penalty
Cancel
fees.
change to what? Without cancel fees?
ABC4 News.
Man, you better get me the fuck out of here by any means possible. The fuck we worried about cancellation fees and all that? Get me the fuck out of here. Ain't that some shit?
Breaking news out of Mexico. The Mexico Army.
No, I want my next one, which was in reference to the airports.
Stop 7.
This is chaos unfolds in Mexico. Cartel gunmen attack Guadalajara airport. Other areas over El Mencho killing. El Mencho killing.
You're looking at footage of the Guadalajara airport in Mexico.
It's the airport.
It's cartel gunmen.
Y'all not going nowhere.
Multiple other locations across Mexico. People running for their lives, as you can see right here, out of the back of the Guadalajara airport. This is all in connection to the capture or killing of Mencho. The members that are said to be behind all this are members of the Jalisco New Generation Cartel,
Jalisco.
JNG.
New Generation.
They apparently stormed this international airport. This is in retaliation for the death of their notorious leader, Nemesio
Yeah, Vatos, you gotta check in Mexico.
Pasquero. Now, there was a military operation that was pulled off in downtown, and apparently they took his life. And in response, all hell is breaking loose.
Don't matter who you are, Mexican, white, black.
They could not get out.
I don't think it matters right now.
Smoke coming up from all over the area.
You're not
Shots
going
fired
home.
Inside of the airport. Just literal chaos all over the place. There's many different places that are
This shit
affected
gonna be
here.
bad. This gonna be like that Nancy
And they even
Guthrie.
say Puerto Vallarta
It's Vallarta.
is affected here. There's people that are being kind of held hostage or can't leave the area because
They
of
can't.
this. And you can see here on the feeds, when you scroll through the feeds, you can just see plumes of smoke and the same stuff everywhere. They're saying code red.
Code red, man.
And I'm not sure that the Mexican government is
I
prepared
gotta
whatsoever
utilize
to
my
deal with this.
ex
We've got word
a
that
lot
here within the
more.
past week,
Twitter
the US
is
military
cracking with the
sent
latest news.
boots on the ground into the area.
Bitch, y'all never thought y'all would hear white boys say boots on the ground. That's if you're black. That's a hidden joke. We're not gonna see anybody line dancing on the screen, but if you know, you know.
To deal with certain situations, and we may see more of it. This may be where the whole thing.
I gotta get that
cartel
soundbite.
goes
Boots
to
on the
Remember,
ground.
Trump made an executive order on day one of
Yeah, this ain't no surprise, people.
cartels in Mexico.
Trump said he was gonna do something about
no big action until right now. This is rather big, and it could escalate. So I'll leave a link to the live streams going live Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern, covering this and a whole bunch more.
This is going to be, I'm going to go live with this.
We're going to begin with a developing situation south of the U.S. and Texas
Airlines
border.
suspending flights
in parts of western Mexico today. It comes after a Mexican military operation led to the death of a major drug cartel leader. Mexican security forces say they killed Nemesio Osegura Cervantes, also known as El Mencho. Now, this operation had U.S. support, and that creates concern for safety of Americans who may be in Mexico. The cartel is known for trafficking huge quantities of fentanyl and other drugs, other narcotics to the U.S. Now, soon after this operation, violence broke out. You can see these images, various parts of Mexico, including shootings, arson attacks as well. We have seen cars and buses lit on fire, blocking essentially major highways and major cities of that country. We have also learned several U.S. airlines canceling flights to and from cities such as Puerto Vallarta. That also includes Fort Worth-based American Airlines and Dallas-based Southwest with those flight cancellations. Again,
crazy, man.
This is a developing story. Of course, we will keep you posted as we learn more.
Yeah, Mexico's out. Yo, it's a wrap. We got Australia talking about it. Travelers stranded. Well, let's get into the travelers that are stranded there.
Well, the Mexican army killed the country's most wanted drug cartel leader over the weekend.
With the help of
Nemesio Osegura Cervantes, or El Mencho, is triggering a spiral of unrest across western Mexico. KPRC2 News reporter Brittany Jeffers is following the latest developments from our newsroom this morning. Brittany.
Oh, this is bigger than Nino Brown.
Latest information and the video into our newsroom this morning. We know the leader of
her hair's got bounce. It's like like that's crazy. Like it's like her hair looks like it won't move, and it's not hers.
the Jalisco New Generation Cartel was killed by the Mexican army during an operation to capture him, and his death has ignited chaos in the streets. I've been going over that video. This is a look at some of the damage. If you look at your screen, you can see what's left of some of the businesses there in the area. There were also vehicles, as you can see, that were torched in the streets.
Yeah, they lighten it up.
There were roadblocks in the area, which is a common tactic that's used by cartels to block military operations from advancing. And while no airports have closed, those roadblocks are affecting airline operations and travelers' ability to get there. That's according to the U.S. Embassy and consulates in Mexico. Now, Mexican President Claudia Sheinbaum has been under tremendous pressure from the U.S. to show its force against the drug trafficking. In a statement she posted on X, she said, "We work every day for peace, security, justice, and the well-being of Mexico." Now, we can tell you right now, there is no word or specifics on just how many people who have been killed or hurt in the violence. But we're going to go ahead and check in with our Ricky Munoz. He is at Bush Airport this morning with a look on how this is affecting travelers there.
Hey, Brittany. Yeah, right now we are, like you said, at George Bush Intercontinental Airport, and only one flight has been canceled. That's going to Puerto Vallarta now.
Oh, yeah.
Monitoring, a lot of the flights are still on time. Now, we have some people who are connected to a lot of states in Mexico. I was able to speak to a lady. She sent me a video. Take a look at this video. It might be disturbing for some viewers. Take a look.
What the? Oh. Big guns.
This is video sent from us from a lady in Zapopan, Mexico, who is related to a woman here in Houston. You can see that 7-Eleven from her neighborhood just on fire, vehicle set on fire, just blocks from her home.
Oh, they flew her out.
Moving through the streets, lighting cars and businesses to block traffic. She is scared. Now, she says the city feels paralyzed. Schools are closed. Public transportation has stopped. She and her family are staying inside, constantly checking on relatives, including loved ones here in Houston. She asked us not to use her name because she fears retaliation from the cartel. Now, she says right now her focus is simple. Stay inside, stay quiet, and make sure her family makes it through the night safely.
Estamos asustados, obviamente. We are scared. Obviously, I can tell you personally, we could hear gunshots, ambulances, and patrol cars near my house. So yes, we are anxious and uncertain about what is going to happen tomorrow. We are constantly communicating with our family
Make sure I
and
hit that
friends
like button.
to make sure everyone is okay. There is fear. We do not know if the government is prepared or taking action to protect us as civilians.
Gotta go, get out of Mexico. That's gonna be the song.
Right now, flights from Houston to parts of Mexico are all operating normally.
Gotta go, get out of Mexico.
Puerto Vallarta that got canceled. Now there's another flight to Puerto Vallarta 2 hours later. We're just trying to see if they're also going to cancel that one. Of course, we're going to see
the weather over here on the East Coast.
Updated on air and online on clicktohouston.com. But for now, reporting at George Bush Airport, I'm Ricky Munoz, KPRC News.
All right, Ricky, thank you so much for that.
It's absolutely horrific. Yeah, the weather over here is horrific.
A few hours ago, Mexico killed El Mencho, the leader of the Jalisco New Generation Cartel and one of the world's most wanted drug traffickers. As expected, violence has now erupted across Mexico, threatening to spiral into a full-blown war. Now, this is a developing situation. The violence is still spreading across the country. So we're going to get into what we know so far as of 4 p.m. Central Time on Sunday, February 22nd.
It's in the streets
what
like
to expect
tanks
in the coming days and what it would take for the United States to get directly involved. On that note of U.S. involvement, my understanding now from the reporting that I've seen is that the United States provided intelligence support to the Mexican military. There have not been any official statements or any reliable sources, I should say, suggesting that the United States had any more involvement than that. No U.S. aircraft overhead and certainly no U.S. boots on the ground. That's as of reporting right now.
Boots on the
ground.
ground.
Change. Now, to give you an idea of how significant this operation was, the Latin Times said, quote, "The killing immediately becomes one of the most consequential blows to a major Mexican criminal organization in years, both because CJNG has been widely described as among the country's most powerful and violent groups, and because El Mencho has remained a fugitive despite a years-long binational manhunt that includes a U.S. State Department reward of up to $15 million for information leading to his arrest or conviction." I don't speak Spanish. I feel like El Mencho is pretty close to what it's supposed to be, but I'm sure I'm getting that wrong.
El Mencho.
El Mencho. I'll hear about it in the comments.
El Mencho.
That's who we're talking about. El Mencho, the head of CJNG. The Associated Press went into a little more detail here, saying the Mexican army killed the leader of the Jalisco New Generation Cartel, El Mencho, on Sunday, decapitating what had become Mexico's most powerful cartel. They say El Mencho was wounded in an operation on Sunday to capture him in Jalisco, and he died while being flown to Mexico City. The state of the base of the cartel is known for trafficking huge quantities of fentanyl and other drugs to the United States, according to the Mexican government. They say during the operation, troops came under fire and killed 4 people. 3 more, including El Mencho, were wounded and later died. 2 were arrested, and they said that armored vehicles, rocket launchers, and other arms were seized, adding that 3 members of the armed forces were wounded and are now receiving medical treatment. As is the case, anytime something happens with the cartels, we've got some old footage popping around the internet showing off some of their armored vehicles. They are more advanced now than they were, and they have a lot of them. So it would have been more surprising had there not been armored vehicles at the site where El Mencho was captured / killed. And this is just something to keep in mind as the violence continues to escalate. This is so much more than, a street gang or a low-level gang. These guys have armored vehicles. They have rocket launchers. They have machine guns. They are not just they have a lot of drones, and that's going to be an interesting one to see how it plays out if this violence continues to spiral. And they're also very well trained. All right, so this is not quite force on force, like equal playing field. But it's much closer to that than it is, say, in the United States, if the U.S. military were to go after a gang somewhere in the U.S., not a fair fight. This is closer to a level playing field in a lot of ways. Now, the Associated Press added that the DEA considers the cartel to be as powerful as the Sinaloa cartel, one of Mexico's most infamous criminal groups with a presence in all 50 U.S. states. They say it is one of the main suppliers of cocaine to the U.S. market, and like the Sinaloa cartel, earns billions from the production of fentanyl and methamphetamines. So, bad dude, bad leader, or, the bad dude was a leader of a bad organization, I think, to say the least, right? Now, in terms of the violence that's spreading, a lot of the videos that you're seeing right now is the result of CJNG attacks across the country. We don't have very much from the actual kill capture mission itself, but the burning vehicles, the roadblocks and such, that is the response from CJ&G. El Huaso, a great analyst over on X, whose information will be linked in the description below, put together this graphic saying he is now tracking narco-related violence in 18 states. That's how quickly this started to spiral. In fact, on that note, we'll put a couple different sources in the description for anybody that wants to follow this more up-to-date on Twitter or on Instagram. El Huaso is one. Stefano Rittendale over on All Source News, of course, another great one. We've got Stefano coming on tomorrow, hopefully, to do a little
I'm
more.
all over the place.
Tonight, chaos has erupted in Mexico after the Mexican military killed the head of the Jalisco New Generation Cartel, Nemesio Arteaga Cervantes.
Okay, girl, got your accent down,
man.
man.
Operation today in the western part of the Mexican military killed the head of the Jalisco New Generation Cartel, Nemesio Arteaga Cervantes, also known as El Mencho. They carried out the operation
proud of
today in the
herself.
western
She's like,
part
yeah, I
of
did that.
Mexico. That military operation triggered a series of violent events like buses being set on fire, roads blocked, and clashes with authorities.
Like, they'll let the black girl handle the name.
Suspended flights to and from Puerto Vallarta. The residents there are now being told to remain inside their homes. And that violence has stranded visitors to the popular vacation spot Puerto Vallarta, leaving a West Michigan mom pleading for the safe return of her daughter and her family. 13 on your side's Peter Elliott spoke with that mother this afternoon. Peter, what is she saying at this hour?
Lauren, that family is still stuck in their hotel rooms at this hour in Puerto Vallarta. We spoke with the mother of a woman who is there with her husband and his parents. They have been told by hotel staff that they cannot leave. We have agreed not to share their names or location out of safety. The mother, who called us from West Michigan, says the family has been locked in their hotel rooms since early this morning. Her daughter has tried contacting the American embassy to no avail. Her phone calls have prompted an automated response that tells callers to stay put. The embassy has issued a shelter-in-place notice for all American travelers for much of the western portion of Mexico. The mother says she is desperate to ensure her daughter and family return home safely.
She's everything to me, as any mother would say. I just want her home. I want her safe. I feel helpless. I don't know what to do to help her. So I'm trying.
West Michigan family stuck in Mexico.
Maybe
you know, all these news stations are going to do whatever they got to do to get this news.
You know, locally, so that maybe somebody in this at this end of the thing can help resolve it and get her home. Get all of them home. There's a ton of people there.
Says that her daughter and the family were supposed to leave this afternoon. Their return flight was scheduled for 3 p.m. local time, but they never left their hotel. Puerto Vallarta International Airport announced that all international and most domestic flights have been canceled today. Later tonight at 11 o'clock, we'll share more of this.
They got an airport in the cut somewhere?
In the U.S. to make sure all Americans get home safely. In the newsroom, I'm Peter Elliott, 13 on your side.
13 on your side. Tell you, man.
Happening now, security forces in Mexico are working to restore order after the fall of the drug lord known as El Mencho.
She got hair all in her face, but hey, she wavy.
Americans who were there visiting.
Yeah, Eyewitness News reporter Monica Deanda live at LAX with the latest on that. Monica.
John, Rachel, good morning. Nemesio Ceguera Cervantes,
Oh.
known as El Mencho, was one of the world's most wanted criminals operating the Jalisco Cartel. After he was killed yesterday, violence immediately broke out throughout the country and forced flight cancellations in and out of airports, including to popular destinations like Guadalajara and Puerto Vallarta. Now take a look. In the hours immediately following El Mencho's death, cartel members retaliated, setting cars on fire, blocking highways across multiple states, and sending people out of airports into chaos.
Putting targets on everybody's back.
Sunday, when Mexican special forces killed the leader of the Jalisco New
She went
Generation
Telemundo
Cartel,
on him, man.
a man the U.S. had offered $15 million to capture, in part because his cartel was one of the top traffickers of fentanyl into the U.S. The CJ&G is considered one of the most powerful and aggressive cartels in Mexico, and that power was on full display yesterday, with terror unleashed in at least 20 Mexican states as tourists took shelter.
They're like moving us into
They're just showing, look at that. Just putting them out there.
Their patios, and you're starting to get information from friends that are saying, hey, the cartel just said, look, you have till 2 o'clock and nobody's safe, no matter how innocent
You guys got till 2 o'clock.
And the hour drive to the airport is
Damn.
the turning part. We don't know what we may find along the way.
Damn. Damn, hour drive on the way to the airport.
Puerto Vallarta airport to suspend all flights, stranding many citizens trying to get home. And here at home, flights from LAX to the state of Jalisco.
Yo, they're gonna have to put the army at the airport.
Security alerts from the U.S. Embassy remained in place this morning, urging Americans to shelter in place. The Mexican authorities
better bring that protection.
But it remains unclear just how long these travel disruptions will last.
Unclear.
Live at LAX,
Yeah, I think they're gonna make it their duty to make sure this shit remains unclear for a long fucking time.
ABC 7 Eyewitness.
I mean, it just sounds like the thing to do.
And also a big story we're watching right now. Flight disruptions continue at the world's busiest airport after chaos erupts in Mexico.
Yo, look at her face. She just like, yeah, boy, girl, yeah, I can't believe this shit. Yo, you gotta look at her face. Maybe she just has like this really like cute facial structure. Or maybe she's putting on that face like, boy, this shit crazy. What the fuck just happened? You hear this shit? Niggas, you crazy, nigga. What?
Watching right now.
Man, what?
I
can't believe this shit, nigga.
Busiest airport after chaos erupts in Mexico following the killing of a cartel
She
leader.
got that look like.
News First reporter Niamani Watson joined us.
Now,
so Niamani, many flights at Hartsfield, Jackson.
I'm in all types of news cities. I don't know where I'm at now.
To certain parts of Mexico.
Right. This week.
Oh, they black and she pregnant. She pregnant like a motherfucker. We just, man, what fucking station am I on? Give me a second, man. I'm just hitting shit, dog. Fucking Atlanta's news first. Oh, this is like the bootleg Atlanta. ANF. Salute to ANF. Make sure you like and subscribe. Atlanta news first. Look like the whole station is black.
This weekend and those flight disruptions continue into today.
She pregnant. Why don't they zoom in on her?
Including Delta.
Imagine if she was like, yo, I'm prego. You better not fucking zoom in on me. You better use that fucking camera in the fucking sky. Don't put that camera in my face. I'm looking 3 times the size of what I was. But she looks beautiful.
Airlines saying because
zoom in.
Of unrest in Mexico, most
there we
flights
go.
Are being canceled to and from Puerto Vallarta and Guadalajara. Like, this is video taken by an Atlanta resident who is currently in Mexico.
Atlanta,
Says he woke up Sunday morning to the sound of multiple explosions outside his vacation rental. Violence erupted yesterday after Mexican authorities said one of the most wanted cartel leaders known as El
They're gonna get pregnant,
was killed during a military operation in Jalisco. The Trump administration says El Mencho was one of the top traffickers of fentanyl into the U.S. and a top target for the Mexican and U.S. government. Officials said the operation triggered unrest in several Mexican states, including roadblocks and burning vehicles. The U.S. State Department warning Americans in those areas to shelter in place. At Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport, Landon Chappell says his family was headed for a 2-week vacation to Mexico when his flight was diverted.
Got on a flight to go to Puerto Vallarta. We got not even halfway there, and the guy got on the airplane.
I knew he wasn't gonna make
There's
it.
weird things going on in Puerto Vallarta, so we're gonna turn around. And that was it. There's no more information. Got my kids, my wife. Yeah, this is our big vacation, and now it's gone.
The Trump administration says the U.S. provided intelligence support to the Mexican government for the operation. Meanwhile, Delta says flights could be affected through Thursday. Airlines encourage people to continue to check their flights. Brooks.
Now, violence continues in several cities across Mexico.
It comes after the leader of a powerful cartel was killed by a military operation. Chinu Her is in the Live Center with this developing story and the impact. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, Tom and Kelly. The violence started yesterday after the cartel leader known as El Mencho was killed during a clash with soldiers in Jalisco. That caused cartel members to react, violently torching cars and buildings, blocking highways. You can see right there on your screen the smoke rising across Jalisco in this time-lapse video from Puerto Vallarta. The Mexican authorities there say at least 14 people have died so far, including 7 National Guard troops. Mexico's President Claudia Sheinbaum urged calm as school was canceled in several Mexican states, and local and foreign governments alike have warned their citizens to stay inside and shelter in place. Meanwhile, the U.S. Embassy in Mexico is also advising all U.S. citizens in the country to shelter in place. That's what 2 men from Michigan are doing right now. They witnessed some of the violence from their condo.
People were running into the actual lobby of the condo building saying you can't go outside, the cartel's outside, they're setting fires in the area. I went on top of the building. I could see that there were a number of fires set throughout the romantic zone.
As I'm sitting here talking to you now, we're watching about 3 or 4 plumes of smoke that have recently gone up. I'm watching a plane go by, which we haven't seen air traffic in hours, and a military-looking helicopter circling. You can see the fires starting in the city right now. These are new fires.
Now, the violence is having a profound effect on flights across Mexico. One woman from Wisconsin was just boarding a flight when everything began.
All of a sudden, people in masses are running out of the building, running as far away from the building as they could get. Pilot came on and said the building is being evacuated and shut down. We sat there, just pretty much sat there waiting, and everybody's like, what is going on? I mean, we all clapped. The second we were up in the air and over the water, when we left there, everybody in the plane clapped.
Man, that woman's plane landed safely in
actually made it out
yesterday. As for flights here in Minnesota, this was the departure board just a few hours ago. You can see flights to Puerto Vallarta are canceled, but there are other flights to Mexico still listed as on time, and that includes Los Cabos and Mexico City.
They're probably traveling as far as possible to the next closest airport.
All those flights,
but they're not going to bring that up.
Operated by
so people know what airport to blow the hell up.
Airlines have suspended all flights to Puerto Vallarta. That includes United, Southwest, Delta, Alaska, and American Airlines. If you have any upcoming flights to this region, just keep an eye out on the airlines' websites for any updates,
to the region,
rescheduling, and
just get your money back.
It's also a good idea to just check the U.S. State Department's website for any travel advisories. But these are all things developing throughout the morning here, guys, so we will update you if anything else comes out.
Yeah. Yep,
man, wow.
Mexico's most wanted man, the leader of a feared drug cartel, has been killed during a security operation to arrest him. This is Nemesio Oseguera Cervantes, known as El Mencho. He was killed after being seriously injured initially in clashes between his supporters and security forces. Now, those security forces were Mexican, but America had given them information to assist in that operation. So this very much affects America and President Trump here tonight. Violence subsequently erupted across as many as 8 Mexican states. We've got cars set alight, attacks on security.
Good Costco, could have been getting food.
Intensifying. We know that some members of the Mexican National Guard have lost their lives. The Foreign Office has today warned against all non-essential travel, and they have urged British holidaymakers in the popular tourist destination of Puerto Vallarta to stay indoors. We've spoken to 2 people already this evening who are there on the ground in this incredibly tense situation, but let's go there live again now to Mexico, where Canadian journalist Dan Dix is in Puerto Vallarta, where people have been urged not to go outside. Dan,
let these landscapers not show up
for joining me. You caught my eye earlier on this evening on X, on social media, where you were showing people what the situation is like there on the ground. What's it like now, Dan? If people
he was just talking
and bring us up to speed.
Yeah, he was the one outside. He's got the best update.
Every time your phone connects to public Wi-Fi, nearby could.
This is dope. They got a dope beat.
Yeah, you heard that shit? I just started bobbing instantly. I said, yo,
right.
Supposed to be my first day to actually enjoy the beach after working for the last 5 days, but unfortunately, what I walked into was just a scene of absolute mayhem. There was black smoke everywhere, to the left of me, to the right of me, behind me, multiple cars being torched in the streets, cartels setting up roadblocks, setting buses on fire. Some people who attended the conference I was at had their taxi cab taken over, the driver murdered in front of them, all their luggage burnt up in the car, including their passports. So a lot of people's lives have been flipped upside down and totally turned around. I'm supposed to be on a flight tomorrow, but I just got the cancellation notice in my email now that I will not be flying out tomorrow. So unfortunately, the situation is pretty dire. It's pretty scary. In fact, I went outside of this resort not long ago to shoot a quick little video report, and it was like a desolate wasteland out there. Not a soul, not a car, except for burning, smoldering vehicles that I managed to capture footage of. And at that moment, some military men drove by very, very slowly with ski masks. And to be honest, I wasn't sure if this was the
military
actual
or cartel,
or if this was the cartel.
Exactly.
And as I understand it, if it is military, they are the targets of the cartel right now, military and police. So nowhere is safe right now. Guadalajara Airport was taken over and attacked. The Puerto Vallarta Airport had an emergency situation. There were hospitals that were being terrified. It's just been rather intense here. I have been told that we need to bunker down here in our resort here in Puerto Vallarta. But I've also heard reports that the cartel was threatening to come into private homes and hotels and resorts if their demands aren't met. So I'm really not sure where this is going to go from here.
They're gonna make it as
I've
bad
heard
as
in
possible.
the past in these situations when it escalates to all-out violence like this, they'll attack the military. Cartel literally have rocket launchers at their disposal, and they will attempt to take out military helicopters in the area. So it remains to be seen what's going to happen. But at this moment, it doesn't feel very safe to be anywhere on the streets here in Puerto Vallarta. I'm going to have to stay on lockdown in this hotel for now, at least.
And Dan, we haven't been able to verify. You've obviously, you're a journalist. You've heard that same statement about the fact that the CJNG cartel, their demand included, they wanted the body back of El Mencho, and then they wanted anybody that had taken part in his capture and his death to be surrendered to them, which is frankly an absolutely ludicrous request, as though the Department of War are going to in any way here in Washington cooperate with the cartel and put anybody, surrender anybody to them. How familiar are you with the operations of these kind of guys? You know, I'm from the UK, I live here in Washington, you're from Canada, presumably you live there the majority of the time. This is a different world to those of us who live in what I would describe as maybe fully developed countries. To think that these sorts of organizations have this immense amount of money, power, influence, and can upend a country within the space of a few hours. Do you feel a little blindsided by it?
Yeah, I think everybody is. We've all been kind of taken for a surprise here and shock. And it really just goes to show just how much might and power the cartel really have, and how they're forcing their hand here and trying to show, hey, you want to try to mess with us? We're going to show you just how bad things can get. And that says a lot about the power and control here in Mexico. And I don't know where this is all coming from, but it seems like military escalation is essentially inevitable. I mean, Donald Trump has been mentioning for quite some time that he wants to take care of some of the, quote, cartel's problems in Mexico. Yeah. Is this the beginning of that? I don't know, but it certainly feels like the cartel here are dealing with this situation like it is the big beginning, the escalation of something larger to come. So, we don't really know what to expect, but I think only time will tell if this is just going to fizzle out after a day or if this is going to continue for a week. Who knows?
Well, maybe uncharacteristically, President Trump has been quiet on social media today. What do you read into that? Does that mean that he's got a measured response, perhaps? He's trying to work out carefully. He spent a lot of the day, and I hate to mention this to a Canadian, but he was gloating about the fact that America beat Canada in the ice hockey at the Winter Olympics, of course, today. That was his last post on Truth Social. What do you make of the fact that he's not said anything yet about the situation in Mexico? Very unusual.
Yeah, that is unusual. But if the American military had some sort of hand in this, I'm sure they don't want to show any cards or publicly explain any of their upcoming plans. But it's tough to say. I've been on the grounds here, kind of walking around on the beach, capturing footage. A lot of that can be seen on my Twitter, Dan Dix PFT, and so I've just been focused on what's happening here on the grounds, and have been doing a number of interviews. So I haven't had time to look. This is the first I'm hearing that he seems to be more publicly interested in the Canadian hockey game than publicly discussing this. But I'm not really all that surprised, to be honest. But again, I think people need to pray for the people in Puerto Vallarta right now. As I said, the lives have been lost. I mean, this is just, people have been blindsided by this. And I think it's, again, telling of what things are like here in Mexico and how things can potentially go. So scary times indeed.
Yeah. Okay, Dan, thank you so much. Really fascinating insight there. Okay. Canadian journalist Dan Dix in Puerto Vallarta. Stay safe.
She's going to keep on happening.
Wow. Breaking tonight, he was Mexico's most wanted criminal for years. Tonight, Mexican authorities say they've killed the drug kingpin known as El Mencho, the leader of the Jalisco New Generation Cartel.
The response from cartels across Mexico was swift and violent, trapping Americans and international
range of what these response and attacks look like at this point. In terms of casualty figures, really not clear. I've not seen any viable reporting on that at all. Outside of the Mexican government talking about the results of that raid, everything else is just a mess, is probably the best way to put it. Don't have details on military personnel killed. We know some of them have been targeted. Don't have information on additional cartel members killed, and don't have any information on civilians caught in the crossfire. However, there was an unconfirmed report, and we have a couple of these to mention today, that the CJNG is prioritizing going after military personnel, which would not be shocking given the fact that the military just killed their leader. And in one text message, it said that they are offering up to 20,000 pesos for each dead Mexican soldier or member of the Mexican military. Again, unconfirmed text message coming across right now. A lot of what we're seeing in the streets and a lot of the pictures and the videos coming out right now are showing roadblocks, burning vehicles being set up by the cartels. And the idea there is to hinder security force movement into and out of certain areas. There's some locations talking about dozens of these roadblocks happening. In a lot of cases, you got 18-wheelers being drug out in the middle of the road and set ablaze. We've seen countless reports already of shootouts between armed gangs and authorities, maybe some bombings. I did see a picture earlier, or some pictures I'll share here, that was from a National Guard compound. It looked an awful lot like something went boom in there. Boom. Haven't heard any reports of those bombings and what they might entail. There were also some reports and some videos suggesting that there were armed gunmen in and around the Guadalajara International Airport, and that's just to kind of say that, like, this is just
stop the cap,
right? So as soon as El Mencho was killed, everything spiraled. Like, we've got an international airport effectively shut down at this point. I mean, Southwest and Alaska Airlines said that they canceled any flights out of Puerto Vallarta. Delta issued waivers to anybody in and out of Puerto Vallarta or Guadalajara. Like, it wasn't just this one operation. We're seeing areas across Mexico, especially in that general vicinity, shut down. And when you look at the videos coming out right now, it looks like all of the citizens have kind of stayed inside. There's an order to do that from the government, and it sounds like the cartels are also threatening people, saying stay inside or else. CBS News reports that the Jalisco governor activated a code red, which is protocol for a state of emergency or security crisis in response to the clashes.
Business is everything.
In a post on X, he said public transportation was suspended across Jalisco and urged people in the area to remain in their homes until the situation was under control. The U.S. State Department also issued a warning for U.S. citizens in a number of different states to shelter in place until further notice. I was mentioning the couple text messages that I cannot personally verify. We'll see if Stefano can maybe talk about this a bit more tomorrow, but I am seeing them reported on what I consider reliable channels. One of them was coming from the CJNG to people in some of these areas, telling them, quote, "Do not leave your homes. All hell is going to break out because of the filthy government. We have orders to kill anyone who gets in our way, and we don't want to harm the people. Everyone stay in your homes until the situation is under control." Now, I did see, there's been a lot, actually, at this point of misinformation, disinformation spreading around this. A lot of old pictures, some AI already. One of them was showing a burned-out airplane on a tarmac at the Guadalajara International Airport. That doesn't appear to be genuine. Another one was a big account over on Twitter or X, said that Americans were being taken hostage because by the cartels, and in a response to U.S. operation that killed El Mencho. Like, nothing in that statement is accurate. The Mexican government is pretty quick to try to try to bat that down a little bit and say, hey, U.S. forces were not involved, and there are no credible reports right now that the cartels are targeting Americans or that they have captured or abducted any hostages at this point. So just be ready that flow of misinformation is only going to increase. So in terms of what comes next, I think the next 12 to 18 hours are going to be pretty significant here. We're going to find out overnight, or at least get an idea overnight, if this is kind of a short spurt of reactionary violence. And we've seen that before. When major cartel officials have been killed or captured, you see responses, right? They take to the streets to show that they're still in control of certain areas. Is that what's happening here, or is this kind of the start of what genuinely could lead into a form of civil war? Another big question is going to be whether or not the government, which is mobilizing resources now, from what we can tell, is the government going to be able to mobilize enough and in the right area to actually quash the violence? Do they still have control, or is this the kind of thing that will essentially show the world that they do not have control? More middle to long-term predictions here. The Latin Times says, quote, one short-term consequence is volatility. Research on cartel fragmentation in Mexico's kingpin era has repeatedly found that removing a top leader can produce splintering, contested leadership, and new local wars as factions fight over revenue streams and routes. They say another impact is the broader rivalry map. If CJ&G's internal leadership becomes contested, rivals could attempt to seize territory or trafficking corridors, especially in hotspots where CJ&G already faces entrenched enemies. Conversely, if CJ&G's next leadership consolidates quickly, the cartel may seek to demonstrate strength through retaliation, roadblocks, and intimidation, tactics already reported around this operation. And I've already seen a lot of folks ask the question of U.S. involvement, and are we getting ready to step in and help quell this violence? So a couple of thoughts on that. No, I don't think the U.S. is anywhere close to going into Mexico to help put down the violence as it stands today.
Unless,
maybe if it continues to spread, I think we are it is hard for me to envision a scenario where the United States puts boots on the ground in Mexico simply to help Mexico stabilize internally. There would have to be some sort of direct threat to the United States. So if the violence were to spread, and right now it doesn't look like there's any violence at or around border checkpoints. Sounds like traffic is still flowing there.
Yeah,
if the violence were to spread,
if Cali and Texas start going crazy, then
CJ&G, as well as any number of Mexican cartels, have a presence in the United States. They have been violent at times, not to the level that we're seeing in Mexico right now. If that were to happen here, then we would probably see a U.S. crackdown locally. So if it happened in Phoenix, you'd see a crackdown in Phoenix. I don't know that that would necessarily translate to a U.S. operation in Mexico to go after their leadership. So possible, but I do think that's quite a ways away. And but if the Mexican government is not able to establish any sort of control, and we see the cartels take over more and more control, not just of certain areas, but airports are shut down, if it starts to impact border crossings, and genuinely, like right now, we're seeing entire cities shut down due to the risk and the escalation of violence. If that continues, it's entirely possible that the Mexican government reaches out asking for assistance from the United States and maybe others. In that case, we might see the United States do more, to include even putting boots on the ground in Mexico. But I do think that's quite a ways away. The big thing to watch right now is the spiral of violence. Is the state going to be able to regain control and kind of tamp this down? Or are we watching the first few hours of what could be the most violent episode in Mexico's history getting ready to play out? But that's all we got for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you.
Wanted to be New Jersey governor. Well, how about we hit you with 2 major snowstorms in the first few weeks of your administration? Wow.
You're talking to New Jersey Governor Mikey Sherrill, who's on the phone with us now.
Hi, Governor.
Hi, good morning.
Where are you?
I am up in North Jersey right now, and I will tell you there is significant snow here, but it is still snowing, as you know, down the shore. We're still seeing significant snow there and significant wind, which is why I extended the state of emergency until noon today.
What, you got some of this shit?
We are still seeing significant snow in certain areas of the state, as well as wind drifts causing whiteout conditions on our roads and trees and branches coming down. We're working quickly to clear those, but it's still not safe. so I've extended the travel ban, the motorist travel ban, until noon today.
And you just did that just minutes ago.
The whole East Coast supposed to get hit.
A lot of our folks watching, and you just want to make sure that the road crews have their time. How's it going out there for them?
It is a struggle. It has been a really rough night for everyone, and I just want to thank all of our public workers once again. They have been tremendous, truly tremendous. I mean, they are down to pavement, believe it or not, on the turnpike, working hard to get there on the Garden State. But it's truly been a difficult task. In fact, they wanted me to thank, I was on the phone with them early this morning, and they wanted me to thank everyone for staying off the roads. They said that made everything easier as they were
last
trying
time people
to
were driving all in this shit.
Where the edge of the road was, as they're trying to plow and find those guardrails. They were struggling to do that in these horrible snowdrifts. Over 200,000 people lost power. Over half of them have had that power restored because the utility workers, we had over 5,000 deployed across the state before the storm started, knowing that we were going to face, a lot of outages with trees coming down. So they've been working hard to get places, and it's been made so much easier by not having other motorists on the road as they're trying to do these emergency repairs and hiking in to some of these towns where roads are still having significant snow. So it's been tough. I was even talking to Atlantic City Airport. They've had some of the worst of it, 65-mile-per-hour winds at the airport. Workers getting lost in the snow. They had to pull everyone back in because of dangerous conditions. So that just gives you a sense of how last night went for everyone and how hard people like our state troopers, our utility workers, our Department of Public Works, our Department of Transportation, how hard everyone's been working overnight to get everything in a good position. And it's still snowing. But it's still snowing. So we're still working at it.
I got to tell you, though, I thought it was going to be much worse. They really did it.
It is fucking worse, man.
Certainly here in this.
It's just warm.
New Jersey. I would say even a remarkable job getting those main roads.
Yeah, because it's warm.
Yeah. I have been amazed at how they're clearing the road.
Yeah, last time it snowed, it was 10 degrees. That's why.
Power is getting restored to people. I will tell you, this was a
right
huge
now,
focus because
the sun is out top. It's actually pretty nice outside, and then nobody can be on the road, which is another big help.
When I had, a newborn baby and young toddlers.
Yeah, you want to have a generator, at least be able to plug your furnace. Well, I'm able to plug my furnace into my generator if need be.
It was really days, if not over a week or more at times. And so to see these utility workers pre-deployed,
shit, they were just shoveling the snow into a big ass pile behind the gate. You know what they're gonna do?
Continuing to work. I know that
shit probably didn't melt yet.
A lot of comfort to those,
that shit didn't even melt yet.
Still without power, but the amount of intensity and work going on right now, it truly makes me appreciate everyone who's out there trying to keep people safe, warm, and trying to get our streets cleared.
Now, do you bring in utility people from other states?
You gotta think of how much street repair they're gonna have to do. All these new potholes and shit's gonna emerge from all this.
In particular has brought in people from Ohio. They call it for mutual aid, as they call it. They've brought in over 100 workers from Ohio. I know some of the other companies have done that, and then some of the companies who have a lot of New Jersey workers already have surged workers in and called everybody, and that's why we had over 5,000 people ready to go.
My gosh, an army. For sure.
An army, you're right.
Well, hang in there.
Yes, because like we've been saying, it's not done, it's still going. So we appreciate you giving us an update.
Well, thank you, guys. I appreciate you putting out the word so everyone stays safe. Thanks again.
Thanks, Governor.
So as a reminder.
Yeah, pretty much that. And I'll be back later for all more. Just gonna keep doing this Mexican war.
Oh yeah.
Entire wars eventually happen. It's gonna get worse, and I'm gonna keep going live for this shit.
For sure.
But yep, we out.
Peace.
She got a big ass body with some little ass breasts. Do like a gorilla, bitch, and beat on your chest. Big ass body with some little ass breasts. Do like a gorilla, bitch, and beat on your chest. Silverback, 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 silverback. Big ass body with some little ass breasts. Do like a gorilla, bitch, and beat on your chest. Silverback, silverback, silverback.
Wait.